All right. So this is an attempted short stream. I'm gonna try to keep this short, but if it's not short, oh well. Shout out to someone, right? I'm gonna personally shout them out for sharing this story with me. I was not aware of this story. I didn't even know who Lowe was. And I still don't know who he is. But someone shared this with me. Shout out to Celestial Supernovas. Said you should talk about this family. The dog that bit the child got rehomed. And the father still said he's a dog lover, even after the dog bit his child. And he said he doesn't want to get another dog because it will feel like he's cheating on the dog that bit his child. The dog that he rehomed after biting his child, he said he doesn't want to get another dog because it'll feel like he's cheating on that dog. Now listen to the choice of words here. You're cheating on a dog? Now, hopefully y'all can see this. Y'all should be able to see exactly what I'm seeing. Where are we at? Yeah, right here. Maybe you can't. Well, if you couldn't, you can now. Y'all see? This comment right here. Okay, so he says he's cheating on his dog. What are you doing with that dog? Where you feel like you cheating on it? You gave it away anyways. Now listen, hopefully that's, there is no hope for this guy. What am I talking about? I take that back. There's no hope for this guy. And again, I don't even know who this guy is. You know, I had to look him up. And I found a few videos. This is a TV personality guy. Apparently, he's some type of, movie star celebrity. Got over 1 million followers on Instagram. I'm going to show his Instagram here in a minute. But I wanted to watch these 2 short videos real quick before I get started, just to sort of lay the foundation of what we're about to deal with. Each video is only 1 minute long. What is this?
Pets bring so much joy into our lives. They're loyal, they're protective, and smart. Yet as smart as our pets might be,
loyal, protective, and smart. That loyal, protective dog that bit your son? Okay. All right, buddy. That's why I said, all you have to do is tell the truth. And people won't criticize you. I'm not nitpicking. You're just saying things that are not true. That's the basis of the critique of the dog culture. It's just a bunch of lies involved.
Joy into our lives. They're loyal, they're protective, and smart. Yet
no, they're not smart, dude. Now, this is the first time I ever heard this guy speak. Okay? I'm not impressed yet. I'm not going to be impressed. This is a dog lover. But listen to what he's saying. Based on all standards, this is ridiculous. Nonsense. Babble. Dog's not smart.
Smart.
You think something smart that will go up to anything that offers it food? That ain't smart. Dumb mutants.
Yet as smart as our pets might be, they can't advocate for themselves, especially in the event of a natural disaster.
They can't advocate for themselves? Yeah, your son couldn't advocate for a safe home. That's exactly what got him attacked. Yeah, a child has no say on whether or not you bring a dog into the home. They don't have the know-how, the intelligence to recognize and bring it to your attention. Like, hey, Dad, that thing could kill me. at any moment. What you gonna say? No, it won't. When you have no idea whether it will or not.
And as smart as our pet.
Now, what do you think he would have said had I said that? You know that's what he'd say. Oh, no, it won't. It wouldn't bite anybody. He loves her.
This might be, they can't advocate for themselves, especially in the event of a natural disaster. Hi, I'm Sean Lowe. Last year, during Hurricane Harvey, I saw the impact of natural disaster firsthand. Many families suffered the added heartbreak of being separated from their pets. That's why it's important your pet is part of your family's disaster preparedness plan, like storing pet food, medical records, and supplies in waterproof containers. And keep their favorite comfort toy handy.
Okay, so this guy is being a dog advocate. Well, your son just got bitten by a dog. Are you about to do safety advocate? Are you about to be a safety advocate now? Are you about to campaign for safe homes? Huh? You gonna push our talking points, our narrative? I mean, did you not get a dose of reality here? Didn't you just discover that it's dangerous to have dogs inside of homes if you have kids? You got toddlers. Okay, he still hasn't figured that out.
This one or this one? Proper identification, a microchip, and a photo of you with your pet can help in case you get separated. I can't imagine what we would do without you, Ellie.
You can't imagine what you do without a stinking financial burden, a visual burden. I know what you do. You'd enjoy life more than you are now. I'm sure a lot of other nutters could probably, oh yeah, I don't know what I do with it. Yeah, you know what you do. You just live. Life will go on. And after a while, you realize that life is now easier. You'd have a little more money in your bank account. Your home would smell a little better. Your air would be cleaner. Whole lot of benefits. All right, don't give me that. Don't know what you do with a stinking financial leech.
If you take steps now, you'll encounter less stress during the chaos of an emergency. To learn how to prepare you.
All right, that's enough. I don't want to hear about that. What is this guy? He made 2 of them. Pet disaster videos. Get out of here. But anyways, let's get into this story, which I thought was interesting after I checked out his Instagram. Sean Lowe and Catherine Giudici Lowe, was that Italian, have rehomed their dog after it bit their son. Now, y'all understand. What have we learned on this channel, people? It's important when you share the name. They were sure to share the name of the dog and did not share the name of the child who was bitten. Okay? They put the dog's name in the headline. And they waited to share the son's name in the subtitle. See? They didn't share the child's name until the subtitle. Put the dog in the headline, in the title. Save the child, the victim. Save the name of the victim for the subtitle. That way you project or convey, imply, brainwash people, make them understand. The dog is more important than the child. People, I want y'all to understand. This guy, Sean Lowe, is on his Instagram in multiple posts. He is literally written. He documented his thoughts. And all throughout his Instagram, he is bragging about how he loves his dogs more than he loves his kids. Can't make this up. cannot make this up. That's what he's doing. Oh boy. The Lowe family's former dog has found a great home. Blah, he's doing great, blah, blah. My dog trainer asked if she could take him, blah, a bunch of nutter babble. Along with his comments, he shared a photo of the dog with its new owners and added that his dog trainer texted me the other day and said the dog hates all dogs and said this pug hates all dogs except whatever. It's more nutter babble where they're trying to project and treat this dog as if it's a human being. Prior to the incident, Lowe said there were a couple of instances of resource guarding in the past when this dog snapped/bit at Mia. Okay. Now I think that Mia is the other dog. All right. According to the Kennel Club, Bull Mastiffs are loyal, affectionate, brave, but they do rank high as vigilant watchdogs. This is a quote. These breeds are more likely to react to any potential threat. Now, it's not coincidental that they put that in there to suggest that this dog was actually reacting to misbehavior. You know, basically their way of saying it wasn't the dog's fault. It was the child's fault. Now look at this. Now what in the world? These breeds are more likely to react to any potential threat. Now look at this. Let's finish that sentence. These breeds are more likely to react to any potential threat. And look at the examples of a potential threat they gave. Whether it's the mailman. The mailman is not a threat, not even a potential threat. And that's why dogs don't make good. They're not good for protection because they attack non-threatening entities. Said a mailman or a squirrel. Squirrel is not a threat either. Again, this is why dogs are inadequate for protection. Despite having to relinquish the dog that attacked his son, Sean Lowe said the family hopes to adopt another dog one day soon, but it won't be for a while. It's another quote. He said, "I'm a huge dog lover. Catherine, his wife, would call it a sickness." And he said, "But it'd feel like I was cheating on the dog if we got a different dog anytime soon." This is the weird part where you deal with how much he loved his dog. Now, he acquired this dog before he had kids, according to him. This is his Instagram. Now, this boy has a t-shirt with this dog on the t-shirt. And he wrote, "I think he overheard me telling Catherine that the dog is my favorite child." This is important. I bring this up all the time. Because it's part of dog culture to say stuff like this. That the dog is more important. The dog is more important. You keep saying stuff like that, you're going to start to treat it like it's more important without even thinking about it. That's why you can't lie to yourself. You just can't do that. You can't pretend. That's not how the world operates. So he said it right there. He said the dog is his favorite child. Okay. Oh boy. No, we're not going to do that. Look at this. He said, I can't imagine what I'd do without my favorite child. He wrote that. They make it a culture. They say this stuff all the time. If you say something all the time, you're going to start to act on it. Anything. If you have, anything, just call it your favorite one. Eventually, you're going to look at it as your favorite one. So you can't just go around saying stuff like this. So that's twice. He called the dog his favorite child. The problem is, yeah, I believe you. I believe the dog is your favorite child because that's why you're sacrificing your children's life and well-being so that you can have that dog there by having that dog there. So yeah, I believe you. Actions speak louder than words. He's not being sarcastic when he says that he loves his dog more than he loves his kids. He's not being sarcastic. He's dead serious. Right? And he's not done. I talk about people with kids all the time. And I made a sweeping charge against them. I said, people with families, with kids in the house, and you got big dogs in the house, yeah, that's not love. That's not love. I don't care what you say. You don't endanger anyone or anything that you love. It's as simple as that. It is as simple as that. And again, he calls this or refers to this dog as his child in that photo caption as well. But he is not done. Now, looking at this Instagram, you would assume, oh, this is a family man. Of course, he loves his kid. I don't call that love. I don't consider that love. You endangering your, and what makes it even more dangerous is that your child is in danger 24 hours of every day, even while they are asleep. That's not love. It's not love. I don't know what you call it or what you think it is. Okay. I don't usually write serious captions, but today I'm making an exception. You are the single greatest thing to ever happen to me. You are my inspiration. You are my motivation. And you are the reason I strive to be the best dad I can possibly be. I love you with all my heart. And he is talking about the dog. And again, he said that the dog is the greatest thing to ever happen to him. Now, why wouldn't his kids grow up, read this, and start to feel like they are no more valuable than a dog? This is what it does. You're brainwashing people to have a low view of self. Brainwashing people to not value themselves. This is where it comes from. This guy is not saying that the dog is just as important as his kids. He's saying this repeatedly, that the dog is more important and that he loves. Like, who does that and why? It's so unnecessary. You don't have to get on here and document. This is permanent documentation. After you die, your Instagram's going to stay up. Why would you document something like that and actually say that you love your dog more than your kids? There ain't nothing loving about saying something like that. There ain't nothing honorable about saying something. Where do these goofball savages get that from? Where do they get this idea that that's some type of positive thing to say? It's not. There ain't nothing cute and it's not cute. Saying that you love a dog more than you love your kids, especially not cute when you're behaving like you love the dog more. When you're treating your kids as if you love the dog more than your kids. At that point, it's criminal. He wrote, "Not until you have a dog will you fully understand what true love is." Listen to how this man is just praising the dog and the dog only. Look at how he places the dog above his kids. It's kind of shocking. Even for me, as a person who's been, paying a lot of attention to dog culture over the years. Now, I don't think he's done. And this is the guy, his son was bitten, was attacked by this mutt. Oh yeah, it gets a lot worse. And you gotta wonder, at least I wonder, what's the point of having the dog? You got a family, you're not satisfied? It's like, what? You're not missing nothing? Okay, you're single, no kids, no family. That's a little more understandable, just as dumb. But this dude has a family and still keeps these dogs. So he got his son attacked. He said being away from your dog really sucks sometimes. Okay. There's a person. Okay. No, he's still not done. He made another post. I said, they make it a lifestyle. They try to build their image, their public image, their image period, based on being a dog nutter. And a lot of these people, they can't let it go. They just can't let it go. Okay. Yeah, we're getting close. And it's real crazy because shortly before his son was attacked, he started making more and more of these crazy zonked out posts. Now, here's where he talks about this dog. And look at the long-winded posts he makes about his dog, as he does exactly what the trainers and behaviors tell you to never do. And they tell you that dogs interpret this as threatening. Put your stupid face right in front of a dog. And what are you doing that for? Can one of you answer that for me, please? What's the purpose of putting your face right in front of a dog face? What's the purpose? That's a simple question. No, it's just the act of being dumb, reckless. It's just dangerous and stupid. He said, "This is my dog. Dog's been with him for 13 years. Before bachelor, before meeting his wife, before having kids, it was just him and his dog." He said, look at this. "My love for the dog surpasses that of my human children." I believe you. I can tell. I could have told you that without reading that. Isn't this what I've been saying for a very long time? Where a lot of people think that I say it just for shock value, or you're just trying to say something shocking for views. You're just trying to say something controversial and shocking so that people will share your videos. No, I'm dead on. What are you talking about? He's dead serious. You think he's playing? You think this is a joke? Only other nutters think this is, it's so crazy. They think that this is an honorable thing to say. They truly, genuinely think that this is an honorable thing to say. That somehow this is a humane statement. They're always going on and on about what is humane and what's inhumane. So this doesn't qualify as an inhumane statement. Again, kids can read at a very young age. They might be able to read this by the time they're 10, 11, 12 years old. What do you think? How do you think they're going to process statements like this coming from their father? They're going to feel worthless. They're going to feel like their life is not valuable. So why wouldn't they also acquire a dog and continue to treat their own life as if it's worthless? And in the process, treating everybody else's life like it's worthless. Dangerous pattern, dangerous cycle. He flat out said it, people. And this is the same guy whose his son was just bitten like 2 days ago. And he said it just flat out, plain as day. My love for the dog surpasses that of my human children. He says, now more than ever, pet adoption is crucial. He's just promoting pet adoption. In recent weeks, we've seen so many people sign up to foster animals. And while this is powerful, shelters are bracing for when foster pets are returned as people resume their daily lives. That's why it's so important to consider adopting. Now, he made this post during the pandemic, like shortly after. This was in 2020. May 28th, 2020 is when he wrote this. He immediately put on the cape for dogs at a time when dog attacks on kids skyrocketed. It skyrocketed. Not just kids, on everybody. Dog attacks in general skyrocketed at this time. So he just continues on to rant and gloat about this worthless mutt. Okay? I don't think he's done. What is this? Yeah, I don't think he's done. I think there's another one. And keep in mind, we're getting closer to the dog attack. We're getting closer to the dog attack. And you can almost guarantee anytime you see the dog, you're going to see some nonsense. Look at this. My two beautiful daughters. Like any good parent, I don't play favorites and I love them both equally. You see what I mean? There's no reason to say that. You know, you making statements like that is negative and only negative. The only people who would appreciate a statement like that are other sick cult members like yourself who place the life of a dog above the life of their own offspring. There's no way to argue that you're not crazy, that this is not immoral. Like, I want y'all to understand that. There's no way to defend this. So look at the pattern, look at the culture, very consistent. They are very loyal to this idea that dogs are more important and valuable than humans and even their own kids. They're very dedicated to this. And that's why they have laws that basically give the dog the green light to kill kids whenever they want. Yeah, just like the culture does. Now, is he done? Now we're getting closer. We're getting closer to the attack. Here's another one. Here again. My beautiful daughter's birthday today. Okay? Now, look at this closely. This is a direct quote. He said, "It's my beautiful daughter's birthday today. Can't explain what being a father to such a wonderful girl means to me. So blessed. Happy 14th birthday." And he's talking about the dog. He said, "It's also Mia's birthday, which is cool too." Mia, his daughter. So she's an afterthought. This post was in honor of the dog. And this, I'm not exaggerating. I'm not. So how do you think his daughter's going to process something like this when she grows up, when she learns how to read and she reads this? How sick is that? I don't want to understand. I don't want to understand the mind required to say stuff like this and do stuff like this. I don't want to understand. I just want to be able to call it insanity and move on. Now, look at this. Out of nowhere, he decided to share a photo of himself with that dog when he first acquired it. Said saying goodbye to a dog is just the worst, especially when she's the best dog in the world. Before Catherine, before my kids, before all the Bachelor stuff, there was the dog. My kids will never measure up to her greatness, and I will let them know that daily. That was a direct quote. Let me repeat it. He said, my kids will never measure up to the greatness of the dog, and I will let them, the kids, know that daily. Now, when I say that owning dogs and being a nutter like this is a form of, it's directly connected to child abuse. It literally is child abuse. This is abusive. You know full well your kids are going to read everything you post. He got over 1 million followers on this Instagram profile. He got 1.2 million followers. What on earth? What do you know how soulless you have to be to make a habit out of making statements like this? Just out of nowhere, he decided to glorify the existence of this dog and once again remind everyone, all of his followers, that his dog is more loved and more important than his children. How can you not believe that when he's sacrificing their safety and health to have the dog there? He's not joking. When he says this stuff, he's not joking. This is not sarcasm. He's dead serious. And all the other nutters are dead serious as well. Unbelievable. You know, it makes you wonder how his children would feel if instead he said that the dog will never measure up to his children's greatness. Like, I love my dog, but my children are my life. I'll give up 100, 1 million dogs for one of my children, for my daughter, for my son. Do you not understand that that is the healthy, humane thing to say? Is that too mushy for you to say? You don't want to say stuff like that because it's not hip, it's not cool? That's where I'm confused. Do you not understand that is what you should say if you're going to say anything? Share images of your children, maybe with the dog, and point out how the dog does not measure up to your children. So when I criticize this dog culture, it's not propaganda. I'm not making up lies. This is a population of mentally ill people. There's no way around that, people. No mentally healthy person says things like this, and while endangering their children's lives, 24/7. No, you have to have a mental illness to carry on like this. It's so unnecessary. It's unbelievable. Truly unbelievable. So it's easy to be deceived, and it's easy to think that people love their kids. If you really want to know if people love their kids, try to find out if they're a dog owner. And then ask them if they ever would own a dog. Okay, their answer will tell you everything you need to know. And if they say no, that they will not own a dog, you got to ask them why. And if it has nothing to do with safety, look, I'm going to question this love you claim to have. Oh, yeah. Now, hopefully that's all, because, what we've read so far, this is very disturbing. And this has to be pointed out because this is a public figure. Man has well over 1 million followers. And this is the type of message you decide to push. Whereas people like me, I will never get 1 million, nothing. So sickness, that gets rewarded. That gets you fame. That gets you the big home in the suburbs. When you're pushing the right thing, humane values, family. Oh, people don't want to talk about that. They tell you to be quiet. Don't say that. Huh? Okay, here again, calling his dogs his favorites. See, I know it's a brag, but I've taught all 4 of them to sit on command. People, y'all see it. He wrote it. That was a quote, by the way. I'm reading another caption. There's 3 kids and a dog. He said, I've taught all 4 of them to sit on command. Now we just need to get the human one's housebroken. Also, decent chance Isaiah has an evil plan to take out, okay, I assume he's calling the dog Isaiah, okay? What in the world? Okay, yeah. Let's hope no, it's not all. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is the dog. This is the bull mastiff that bit his son. This is the dog that bit his son, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't this a bull mastiff? It's a bull mastiff. Okay. And here, see, I'm not going to show this, but this is a video. And it is endangerment. This is all endangerment, as we all know. I'm just looking to see what kind of crazy nonsense this guy is writing. They're probably thinking about other dads. Okay, let me stop this. Nope, because that's dangerous. Oh my goodness gracious. This is so cringe. This is like, it's difficult to even navigate through this. And look at the different types of dogs. This dude is just a dog nut. It's a whole different dog. What in the world? So he's dog sitting. Look at the caption. He said, watch your furry friend while you're not at home. Be notified when, okay, so yeah, he's a dog sitter too. And I have to point that out because he's, again, endangering his family. Bringing a strange dog in there. I so hate this. I just hate fakeness. I picked up on this a long time ago in some people. Fakeness. Don't pretend to love. Don't pretend to care. I will prefer you, if you don't care, to act like you don't care. Yeah, all of that. Who wants a chance to win the best dog crate on the market? Okay, so here, once again, he's advocating some pro-dog nonsense. The same dog that bit his son, you can see why. Isn't he responsible? Aren't the parents responsible for an attack? When their home is like this? Okay, so what happened? The dog attacked his son. I don't get this. If you're waiting for some kind of sarcastic joke, come back soon. What is this? Records everything. And okay, Vivian, whatever this is, he says it records everything, including the adorable moments between you and your kids. Okay, what? I haven't even watched this yet. What? Okay. So it's nothing crazy there, thank goodness. But what I'm looking at here is that there's no post about his son being bitten. What happened to that? He just posted this an hour ago. Hello, dude. You're all over the news right now. Your son was bitten. Maybe it's in his stories. Maybe it's in the Instagram stories. But no official posts. Okay. So the dog just attacked his son's face. And he didn't have nothing to say about that. You know? What if his son attacked his dog and injured the dog's face? You think he'd share a post about that? You think he'd share a post talking about how upset he is that his favorite child was? I bet you he'd make a post about it. About how disappointed he is that his favorite child, the dog, is now injured. He'd have a field day with that. Are you kidding? This story broke, at least here, yesterday. Story surfaced yesterday. Okay, what'd you post yesterday? This from April 11th. It's not pinned. It's April 9th, or maybe it is pinned. Okay, so this guy had nothing to say after his favorite, quote, child, the dog, bit his son's face. And this was such a powerful example that confirmed everything I say, that I had to go ahead and share it. This was like above and beyond. They overachieved with this one. Son, 6.5 years old, bitten on the head, needed a staple. And he's still talking about how he loves dogs, doesn't want to cheat on the dog that tried to kill his 6.5-year-old son. That's interesting. I mean, I have to examine stuff like this if it makes the news. Because these people, they don't want to have a real dialogue. They don't want to have a back and forth. They don't want me to interview them. They don't want me asking them questions and having to answer it. And they sure won't want to do it live, right? I've been trying to get some of these people on here live. They don't want to do that. They want to talk to me because they know I'm going to hit them with questions like this. They know I'm going to reflect on stuff like this, stuff that they are not mentally prepared for. They're not prepared for, period. That's another thing, another big reason why these dog lovers they don't want to, interact with anti-dog people because they realize that we've examined things that not even they have thought about. So there's no way they thought of a good rebuttal. Yeah, we got you. Checkmate. I've seen a lot of social movements in my life. You can research a lot of different social movements. Very few of them wield as much authority as us. I mean, these dog lovers, no matter how much a professional they claim to be, they run away from us with their tails tucked. And I think that's funny. That's funny, man. What'd you expect? The internet is basically putting a library at everybody's fingertips. You better make sure your profession is thorough. Okay? Because any and everything that may be flawed, people gonna find out. You can't hide nothing from people. You don't, man, I learned this a long time ago. Growing up, the worst thing we could do as a child was lie. Lying was viewed as the worst type of sin. And boy, if the adults caught you lying, you would be in a whole lot of trouble. You always need to be truthful and tell the truth. Okay? If not, eventually it's going to come back to haunt you. Eventually, there's going to be a group of people who examines the situation, identifies the lies and the deception, and calls it out. And that's all that's taking place here. Right? Don't lie to people. Don't try to deceive people. They will eventually figure you out. And that can be real bad. You could have built an empire on those lies. And then it's going to all come shattering down. Right? That might not happen with the dog culture. I would imagine the dog culture, if it phases out, it will happen gradually. And during that time, they're going to have to try to replace dogs with some other pet. I know that's what they're going to try to do. They're going to push some other pets so that they don't lose their fortune. Because I believe in the overall intelligence of people. And over time, remember, this social media world, this internet world is essentially just started. So people like us, we're laying the foundation for a long future. And we're going to influence the future. We're going to influence the future. And this dog culture is not going to survive. It's not going to survive. I have never seen a social movement or ideology or idea so flawed. Never. But, if any of you know of any, please let me know. I've been looking for them. This is just far too flawed. The whole dog industry, everything they say about dogs, the way dogs are promoted, that's the biggest. Nothing is true. In fact, if you want the truth, reverse everything they push to you. Start with man's best friend. It's our worst enemy. Shout out. Oh, wow. Wow. Shout out to Ashar in the house who said that Sean Lowe referred to his kids as filthy animals in a shameless plug for Whirlpool. What? Stop. No way. I gotta look that up right now. See if I can find it. That's horrible. What in the world? That is horrible. Okay, yeah, I can't find it. If y'all find a link to that, please share it. That is horrible. But you know what? I believe it. Looking at all the other things he said. And I bet you he wouldn't call that dog no filthy animal. Oh boy. Oh man, you cannot make this up. Shout out to everybody able to join me for this live stream number 2. Brief live stream, totally unprepared. This was a crazy story. I encourage people, please, anything crazy you find, please share it with me. It might be worth talking about. Right, shout out to everybody. Sticky Octo, I like that name. Moochie up in the house. King Babe, Equator. Serena. Michelle. Right, shout out to Serena too if she's here. Kitten. Everybody up in here. The Ort Wrench, back up in the house. Charles D. Curry. Man, I'm going to stretch this weekend out real good. We Hate Dogs, Lisa. Yeah, this is my birthday weekend. It's not the weekend, but my birthday fall on the 25th. What is that? I think that's a Tuesday. It falls on a different day like every year, man. Every single year. What is that, 25th? Yeah, it's Tuesday. Tuesday. Yeah, I'll be off then too. And I'm going to be right here. You're not safe. Not even on my birthday, dog lovers. You're not safe. I don't care if my birthday. I don't care what day it is. I will hop on here and create content. If you're doing something crazy, something need to be talked about. I've created content on Christmas before. It don't matter to me. Right? If you deserve that work, I'm going to give it to you. Shout out to everybody able to join me for this live stream. And I hope to see you all back on the next as we continue with this crusade.